Not bad, it was pretty good. I felt for Carl Weathers that it should have been, he just needed a little more chemistry, I think, with the character, because it just seemed like he was at times reading his lines and the character was a little off. I felt like he was a little off with the character. But all the fight scenes were dope. You know, Carl Weathers is a great fighter. Those fight scenes were on point. And I thought what stood out to me, which was interesting, was Vanity, because I remember seeing The Last Dragon, and I always thought I thought she was okay in that. I felt like her acting there was kind of like what I felt like with Carl Weathers acting here in this one. I kind of felt like when she was in Last Dragon, her acting was she was a little off with the character at times, just in my opinion. But in this one, Vanity, she fits the role so well, in my opinion. I like how she just, you know, she seems more fluid in the role, and it just comes off very convincing. And even the performance, the singing performance, the faraway eyes, and the song Undress, very much on point. You know, Vanity, she really tore that role up in this Action Jackson film. I thought she was really good. I loved it. Sharon Stone, I think Sharon Stone was Sharon Stone. you know, I don't think she's a bad actress. I just think that, you know, she just was, you know, with what I've seen her in many other films, that's the vibe I got from her. And Craig T. Nelson actually was pretty good. It was interesting to see him play this role because I remember him from Troop Beverly Hills. So seeing him play this role was, of course, much more of a sly, you know, shady character. He was kind of volatile and violent in this film versus the role he played in Troop Beverly Hills. And I think by that time, that movie probably came out, I think the year after this one came out. But he was good in that. He was pretty good. I actually was convinced with his role, and I thought he did a pretty good job with it. At first, when I saw him, I didn't think he was going to be able to play that role like that when I was watching it, because I remember him from other things I've seen him in, but he really did good in this role. So, you know, like I said, the film, it was okay. It's not bad. You know, there was just some scenes, I feel like when, you know, the part where Carl Weathers' character is chasing after a taxi cab, and I think this is after Sharon Stone's character, she gives him some information at some bar club that they're at in like the middle of the day, I guess. And then, you know, I think a cab tries to hit her or run into them, and it drives off. And the next thing you know, he's chasing after the cab. So I thought that was a little ridiculous, the way they did it. It kind of seemed like they were going for like I said, a Shaft kind of thing, but then a superhero, like a Superman thing at the same time. So it was some things I feel like was a little off, but ultimately I feel like it had a lot of potential. If the script, maybe if there was more, it was a more in-depth story in the script, because it just seemed things was just rushed. When I was watching it, it seemed like things were just moving kind of fast, and it was a bit rushed. And I'm like, maybe they should have kind of tweaked the script a little bit. You know, it does seem, when you watch it, it does seem like it would have been a series. It would have been like a part 2, a part 3, and then eventually it could have been a TV series by now, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? I don't know if anybody's gonna redo this movie or they're planning to, but it was a good watch. It definitely was a good watch, and of course to see the great Carl Weathers. Those fight scenes are incredible. Like I said, Vanity, you see the gorgeous women, Vanity, Sharon Stone, they did their thing. A pretty good film, I'm not gonna lie. I just wish it just had a little more in-depth story and a little more charisma coming from Carl Weathers' character and connection to the actual character is what I would say, you know. But other than that, it was okay.